Last call on this Tuesday night. I know, sometimes the evenings go fast, but they go fast when you're hanging out with your friends, having a good discussion, having a few drinks. Look, if you missed the drink of the day, we've got that at thepoliticsbar.com. If you missed any of what we've been talking about, if you missed any of our conversation with Ashley Bell, look, the smart thing for you, go ahead, go to thepoliticsbar.com, $6 a month, get you the podcast. So if you're listening on the radio now, you missed something, get the podcast, you can roll it back later, check out the details. They're there at thepoliticsbar.com. As we mentioned, we are talking with Ashley Bell, Democratic candidate for U.S. House from the North Carolina 10th District, Winston-Salem, and of course, the wonderful areas beyond that. North Carolina is really pretty. It's some of the rural areas are really fun. I gotta say though, some of the stuff that's been hitting people as far as that goes, you know, I'm originally from Nebraska. I live in the D.C. area now. Jody's out from the L.A. corner of the bar, but I still hear. I got a lot of friends back in Nebraska, a lot of friends in Iowa about the rural hospitals and medical centers.
Yeah.
And look, you are a PA there. This is your corner of the world. How have the cuts? Obviously, some of the stuff already from the big ugly bill and the stuff that we know is coming. So some of the healthcare agencies have started to make cuts already. What do you see in there, and how is it affecting the both the patients, but also the people like you who actually do the work every day?
Right. So we are already seeing people flooding ERs more than they were before the ACA cuts because they just don't have a primary care provider anymore. And even if they did, they couldn't afford to see them.
Right.
Yeah.
So that has already started again. We do have a lot of rural hospitals in my district, and two in particular that we're really worried about might have some difficulty once all the Medicaid cuts take place. But, I think, as a PA, Medicare for All is a big part of my platform.
Yeah.
And, we've all heard a lot about Medicare for All, but I also want to focus on how we're treating our healthcare providers in this country, because I am one and I know what goes on. And I know that healthcare providers have not been in control of healthcare in this country for a while, and that's just not how it should be.
Yeah. It's the insurance companies instead of folks like you or the doctors, nurses, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, the insurance companies basically tell us what we can and can't do, and they don't have licenses to practice medicine, and they shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Yeah.
The other thing that we have a big problem with is private equity coming into our hospitals. And so we have a big problem with hospitals merging, and when hospitals merge and when private equity takes over hospitals, it is a proven fact that care quality and satisfaction amongst employees goes down. And so we have to get private equity out of our healthcare. They have no business there. Like, healthcare should not be a for-profit enterprise.
Amen. 100%.
So,
Ashley's right.
It wasn't when I was a baby.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, even when I was a kid, most healthcare practices, private practices, were actually private. They were owned by a physician.
Yeah.
Right.
And now you just can't find that anymore because it is not affordable for physicians to own practices anymore.
Especially with the insurance requirements.
Have to.
Yeah.
Right. They have to be owned by bigger corporations so that they can manage to take insurance and recruit patients and all of that kind of thing. And that's one of the things that I want to correct, is making sure that we get more actually true private practices back into our community.
Yes.
That makes sense. And look, and here's the thing. Here's one of the things. There are some people I know on the further left. Charles Gaba, who is a great health data guy. We know him. We've had him here in the bar. He and I have talked about this for several years now. Medicare for All is kind of a brand name, like Kleenex or Budweiser. I mean, if people go further south down 95 to Atlanta, where every soft drink is a Coke, where you're like, no.
Or Xerox.
Yeah, exactly. There are lots of different ways to have universal, affordable health care. And when you say Medicare for All, that's really what you mean, is universal, affordable health care, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And we can call it a lot of different things, but really that's what it boils down to, is that everybody should have health care and everybody should be able to afford it.
Yeah, that's not right. That's not rocket science. That's not like controversial. It shouldn't be controversial. So you're saying there are a lot of potential ways to find solutions. It's just instead of hashing them out and yelling and arguing in the media. We need people in Congress who are actually going to take action, do the things that need to be done, move the ball forward on anything that corresponds to Medicare for all.
Right. I mean, stop kicking the can down the road. I think we kicked the can down the road for a long time, and we just need big action. Like, let's take some, let's actually do something and stop worrying about who's going to be mad about what and what company's going to be irritated about what. And let's just freaking do it, because it's the right thing to do.
Well, and that's it.
I mean, Obama tried it, and we got everything but the public option, Lieberman.
Yes. Joe Lieberman.
But I mean, that was better, but now they took it all back. The Supreme Court and Congress has taken back the good parts of the ACA.
If you got like the ACA subsidies back and a public option, but let's say you get elected, Ashley, and you go in and you're able to get the ACA subsidies back and a public option, but it costs you your job. Are you going to be okay with that?
Yeah.
Not a girl.
Yeah.
See,
I mean, it's not even.
I love that.
It's not even a question. And honestly, the public option kind of worries me a little bit, because I don't want that to be a crutch.
Right.
It should be, if we're going to have one.
It should be a help, but not a crutch.
Every doctor has to take it. It's not going to. It has to be mandated that you have to take it, because otherwise it's worthless.
Right.
Right.
But you're saying you understand the details. Being somebody who's worked in healthcare, you understand the details enough to get into an effective discussion with somebody about this.
Yeah, and I think that's the big problem right now, is that we don't have enough people in Congress who understand the details. I mean, there are people in healthcare who are in Congress, but unfortunately, most of them are Republicans, and we know they don't
Bill
want
Cassidy voting for RFK Jr.
Yeah, that's
exactly. And Rand Paul, and
he's not a real doctor.
He's not a real doctor. He's not.
True, exactly. But at the same time, if there was something that you could find some common ground on with somebody, hypothetically, even though he's in the other chamber, with Rand Paul or with any of these Republicans, as long as it moved the ball forward, you don't care what they call you. You just want to get the work done.
Right. And there's actually, I mean, Greg Murphy, who's another North Carolina representative, who is a Republican. I mean, he was recently just reaming the insurance companies. I mean, just ripping them a new one, which I love to see, because I mean, I'm not particularly a Greg Murphy fan, but hey, if that's the way he wants to do it, then I'm all for it. And so, yeah, I'd like to have that support.
Yeah.
So.
Look, that's the kind of thing that I think the mainstream news media, especially mainstream political news media, is missing so much of that, Ashley, is that they're saying all it's about, it's versus the liberals versus the centrists. We got the whole, thing going up in Michigan tonight between Abdul El Sayed and Stevens. And it's like, people don't care. Like you said, the person you were talking to in Lincoln County who says, I don't care if you're a Democrat or an independent. I don't care what, just help me get the hell out of this, man. I mean, people want action, regardless of labels.
Right. And I mean, the whole conversation about DSA and socialists and all of this, I consider myself a progressive Democrat, and I think that's good enough to describe myself as that. I don't need to go further than that and get all kinds of super specific. Like, my policies, I think, speak for themselves, and that's the important part.
I agree with you. I think they do. We put a link, obviously, to your campaign website up, which, of course, the campaign website is, for those who are not looking at our stuff. Ashley, what is the campaign website?
It's AB4, the number 4, AB4NC.com.
AB4NC.com. You can go there. You can find out more. And, of course, you can donate if you are inclined, which we tend to recommend.
We do.
I
got to say, you ran in a primary against 5 other Democrats. You won with, about 48% of the vote?
Yeah, it was about that. Yep. I won. I beat the second place guy by 31 points.
Nice.
So it was not close. and they were all men. They were all men. Of course.
Naturally.
Because
look, I'm a guy, and Jody knows this. I'll be the first one to say, do not send a man when a woman can do the job better. That's
I agree with that statement. I'm down with that.
I figured you probably would. Look, it's I am not one of those guys who's like, a guy has to do it. I'm like, no. Women are a lot better on a lot of things as far as that goes. It seems like the people in your district, it sounds like that they know you, that you're familiar to them. And look, for some of the people, they may be like, well, you're a Democrat, and that the label might matter to them, but you can say you grew up as a Republican.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was raised Republican. I was raised in Texas. Amy and I were talking to my dad yesterday, and he was just, he's still just full MAGA. Completely in the cult. But I'm used to it. Like, that was how I was raised. And once I was educated and grew up and actually learned to think for myself.
And especially when Trump came in.
I realized that's just not, especially when Trump came in. And you know what? If we, like I said earlier, if we really still had like real conservative Republicans, we would be in a lot better place. But
absolutely,
real fiscally conservative Republicans,
like if Michael Steele from MS Now were still actually in charge of the party,
right?
Yeah,
people like him.
I'm not saying I would still be a Republican, because I probably would not be, but at least it would not be like as contentious as it is.
I used to have arguments in the 80s when I went to college with friends that were Republicans, but it was all about policy.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
then
would love to have those
a bunch
days
of them voted for Hillary and then Kamala.
Look, the people think this is not the way things used to be, and I don't think we can go back to the way things used to be. I don't think we want to go back to the way. I think we need to go forward to a place that is better than what we've had before. Better for working people, better for older people. We got to make sure we're capping prescription drug costs. We got to make sure that people get the health care they need, get paid fairly for what they need, have affordable housing. Good Lord, that's a huge thing we got to do. I think you're kind of all on board with pretty much all of that. Am I wrong on that, or?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm definitely on board with all of that. And affordability is a huge thing all around the board. It's really all linked in together. If you can't have affordable healthcare, then that just kind of trickles onto other things, because then you get sick and you can't work and you can't go to school, and so everything hits everything else.
Yeah,
love it.
Amen.
Ashley, again, your site AB4NC.
AB4NC.com.
AB4NC.com. Ashley Bell for Congress, running as a Democrat in the U.S. House District, 10th District of North Carolina. Look, you can come back and hang out at our bar anytime, Ashley. And of course, we are hoping very much that you win, because then when you win, you can actually come back and talk to us, from the D.C. corner of the bar, maybe.
Well, and thank you, Karen and Anita, for hooking us up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we love that. We're glad you were on with Karen and Anita on the True Blue Politics podcast. So, look, you're only what we think of maybe 5 points down. Go like hell, girl, and go get it.
Yeah,
you're going to
I'm going. Yeah.
Nevertheless, she persisted.
Exactly.
Yes.
Just like Jody's shirt. Nevertheless, Ashley Bell persisted. Go check her out. We've got the link in our news on tap. Ashley, thank you so much. Tomorrow, Charlie Pierce going to be here, and John Fugelsang will be in Thursday night. Look, get yourselves home safe. Don't do anything that we wouldn't do. And just come hang out tomorrow night. We'll be here. We'll be having fun. We'll go over all the political news and the results of the elections that were happening tomorrow. So be safe. We'll see you here tomorrow night at the Politics Bar.